Hello, my name is Navyasri, and in this video, I am going to share my complete experience of the internship program conducted by Vichanashala NPTL IIT Rupar by Sudarshan Iyengar. This is not going to be a promotional explanation. This is my honest learning journey, what worked for me, what challenged me, and how this internship changed the way I approach coding and problem solving. When I initially joined the internship, I thought it would be similar to other online courses where we watch recording content and move forward at our own pace. But this program was structured differently. It required consistency, accountability, and actual understanding instead of passive watching. We were given access to platform called Vibe, which contain structured Munstack modules. You can see that here. So when I click Vibe, it will be open the platform where we will see the available courses, enrolled courses, and completed courses. And each topic was divided into lessons with clear deadlines. You can see the available courses and enrolled courses. There isn't enrolled any, but I completed the Pinterest course which they gave. So here we can see that each topic was divided into lessons with clear deadlines. You can see my face, and if my face wasn't clearly visible, it will give anomalies detected, and the video was not resumed. And the deadline system created a sense of responsibility. It was not learning. If it was not learning optional, if you delayed, you would fall behind. So we also have leaderboard in which we will complete. It will show the leaderboard based on the rank, based on completion time and number of quizzes you attended. So here we also can add tasks, etc. We have the complete course, and here we have many other things. And one of the most impactful features of the Vive platform was the quiz system embedded within the videos. These were not just final quizzes at the end of the module, they appeared in the middle of learning. That meant you could not simply play the video in the background, you had to pay attention. So next we go on to Vicharnashala, where we can see this many internship. It is the main platform. Here we can see that many case studies are there, and where you can learn the course from these case studies. Each have TypeScript, MongoDB, React, etc., and each have lessons. So this will be very much helpful. And here we have interactive challenge, so in which we have to create, or which we have to do the required thing in Visual Studio Code, and we have to submit it to the form. There were things become more practical and slightly more challenging. The case studies were not simple question and answer tasks. They required applying the concepts we have learned. We had to think independently, structure our solution properly, and ensure that everything followed the given guidelines. This is the things which we can get it through. And all our submissions were managed through GitHub. This was important part of internship. And you can see that here there is an interactive challenge, and it is showing your turn, and there will be also some advices and some practices which we need to follow so that we can maintain in account with the code. And we have to submit each case study. So like that we need to do the 100% completion of the case studies. It gave me independence to learn independently. I mean, so we are getting the hands-on experience on what we learned by the videos in the Vibe platform. So it is very easier for us to implement it and understand it more clearly. And later, through this internship, I mainly used Visual Studio Code as my coding environment. It became my primary workspace for writing and doing these mini challenges and interactive challenges. Here you can see that if there is a in here there are many case studies in TypeScript each about each topic, design patterns, classes and access modifiers, dependency injection, IOC containers, and then there will be React case studies, and here we also have to do this 10 case studies and submit it. And let me show you, I will be using this in my VS Code. Whenever I encountered errors, debugging and testing code, whenever I encountered, instead of panicking, I started reading the error and message carefully and understood what went wrong and where did I go wrong. And I also used some AI technology to know the topics more clearly. I would ask that the AI to give me clarity about this topic, what it is, what this particular variable or what this particular data type represents, etc. And it gave me an opportunity to push past my limits, and there will be projects here we have many projects which are currently in working mode, in deployment, and which will be do, and we have activities, and we also have some help GitHub guide in which we can know how to commit, how to push Git into the repository, and how to create a compare pull request. We have a complete guide on internship. We also have an AI Ajsaka, which which will give us complete FAQ questions and guidance based on if we have any doubts on this internship. So overall, if quiz answer was incorrect, the platform forced us to rewatch the relevant section before proceeding. At first, this felt strict and slightly uncomfortable because it slowed down progress, but later I realized this was actually protecting the learning process. It ensured that I truly understand concepts instead of assuming I understood them. This structure trained me to listen actively. Instead of rushing to complete modules, I started focusing on understanding why something worked the way it did. That shift from speed to clarity was one of the biggest improvements in my mindset. After completing the modules, we moved to case studies. This was where theory met practice. The case studies required us to apply what we learned in real scenarios. There were no step by step instructions. We had to think, plan, and implement solutions ourselves. All submissions were handled through GitHub. There was a major learning curve for me. Earlier, I had basic knowledge of pushing code, but during this internship, I understood the importance of repository structure, proper file naming, commits, and pull requests. I learned how to follow guidelines strictly and ensure my submission was organized and readable. Initially, I made small mistakes, incorrect folder replacements, missing files, formatting issue, but each mistake taught me how to double check before submitting. I began reviewing my own work critically before pushing it. For coding, I already told you, I use a Visual Studio Code. So sometimes I refer to explanation videos on YouTube, wide platform again and again to understand the concepts more clearly. But the key difference was that I did not stop at watching, I implemented everything myself. If I reflect honestly, this journey was not always easy. Some quizzes required rewatching sessions, some case studies required deeper thinking and many days, some errors took hours to resolve. But those difficult moments were the most valuable moments because they forced growth. Thank you.